Hi guys, welcome back to yet another reaction to the Schmoedown here on Dedicated to Art. I'm your host, Kees Cornelissen, joined as always by Chris Doman, and is it my birthday? Dan Murrell versus Ethan Erwin. Like, wow. That's just a match, that's a treat. For the record, yes, it actually is my birthday. I just wanted to say that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And what a birthday present indeed, Case. Happy birthday
Indeed.
to you, man. Cheers.
Thank you.
Oh,
Anyway,
goodness.
Chris, your thoughts on today's match?
Wow. Okay. And the thing is, as you can see, I'm wearing all black because for one of these competitors, they're done for the year, and that's gonna hurt because you have the two-time champion who could still be argued as the greatest of all time. Then you also have Ethan Erwin, the rookie sensation, who is quickly climbing up the ranks of being one of the greatest singles players of all time.
Who's gonna win?
I don't know. I mean, my bracket, I actually went with my gut versus with statistics, because statistically speaking, Murrell should pull out a close one. But I'm sorry, guys, but I actually did pick Erwin to win this one.
That is interesting. I actually do think Erwin will win, but it might be a record-breaking performance. Like he might break his own record to do so. Can you imagine after 3 rounds with them being like 26 points to win the game? That's just insane.
I mean, and the most that any one person could score is 27.
That is if you don't steal in round 2, though.
Yeah.
So there are potentially 2 or 4 points more to be had, I think. But let's not think about math.
Yep.
Let's just watch what is probably the greatest match of this tournament yet.
Probably.
Because I am excited for it. And that is in a tournament that has only great matches so far, except maybe Murrell versus Stacy, because that was a real blowout.
And sadly in her case, it was just bad luck. So we'll have to see.
Anyway, we're gonna just press play on this one in 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh,
and opening
boy.
bit.
Here we go.
There we go again.
Mike, what do you want? I've already talked to Christian. We're gonna have the match thing. It's fine.
Who's this?
What is this?
What are you doing here?
Paulie G, attorney at law.
I know this guy
Okay.
from Spectacular last
wanna
year.
shake my hand, Mr.
I met him. Okay, what are we gonna do here?
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, believe me.
Sure, take a seat. Make yourself comfortable. What do you want?
That it's not about what I want, it's about what I've accomplished.
What do you mean?
Think back. Crashing Edmund's interview, breaking up the Lion's Den, creating a revolution, changing the internet.
Wow. Why?
Corruption.
Why have you been?
Kalinowski.
Why are you making Mike terrorize me? What did I
When a
do?
pit bull needs to eat, you let him eat. And let me tell you, he's been a fun pit bull. Fun to watch you squirm. But let me tell you something. It gets better. You can put this past year behind you if you go into this tournament and you win. Everything can go away. The letters, all the worry, it'll be gone.
I just have to. That's all I have to do. I just have to win.
All you have to do is win.
Okay.
But if you lose, all of this will come crashing down. And be kind of fun to see. It's up to you.
You know, Paulie, just to be clear, I don't like you.
That no one does. I'm a lawyer.
What is happening?
I have some questions for a certain creator next time I talk to him.
Chance Ellison, Ethan Erwin, Dan Murrell, Stacy Howard, and Draco McWeeny, Ben the Boss Bateman, Clark Wolf. The singles tournament begins. The winner of that entire tournament faces John the Outlaw Roca at the Spectacular. What a battle we're in for. Ethan Erwin. Remember that name. Ethan Erwin, I believe, could be a potential champion. He could be the next Murrell. I might have even said that at one point. I mean, he's got those type of skills. Before Mara Kanopik came around, was a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year. Now, Ethan won 3 straight matches. He won 3 straight, looked like he was gonna get that title shot, but then he ran into the Android. The Android took him out of commission, and now Ethan is back in his first singles match since that loss to the Android. And how is he gonna handle that loss?
What late singer did Brad Pitt's character idolize in the movie Johnny Suede?
Elvis.
And your winner, advancing to the next round, Ethan Big Time Erwin.
I have to go through Murrell. If I have to go through Roca, it's fine. I want that belt. I'm coming for it. I'll see you guys in New York.
Dan had a rough start. Corruption has advanced to the next round. He's coming off a loss here, but he is determined. He wants to play for the belt, and if he did so, he would be playing against his fellow horseman, John Rowe.
Never played in a Schmoedown singles tournament before. I'm used to being the guy waiting for the person that's going to come out of the tournament. So this is a new experience for me, but the result's going to be the same. I'm going to be playing for that. And if I have to go through this guy, I love this guy. He's my teammate. He's a fellow horseman. But if I can get to the end of this tournament, all bets are off.
And your winner, by way of knockout, Dangerous Dan Murrell.
I mean, Ethan Erwin followed me into retirement. I was retired and people were trying to scare me with Ethan Erwin. He is a beast. Anyone beating him, that is quite the task.
See, the funny thing is, if Erwin wins this, he joins a very elite group of a very small amount of people who have beaten Dan Murrell.
Andrew Guy, Christian Harloff, and John Roca.
Yeah.
That is a very elite club. Thank you for saying that, by the way.
Well, I meant the last two you mentioned, but yeah.
Of the Ultimate Schmoedown, and this could be an absolute. This could be a title match. This could be a main event anywhere. What a semifinals match we have today. I'm Christian Harloff.
I'm Mark Elson. You're right. I would pay for
And
a
two of
concert
those
ticket to see these two
went on
gentlemen
to be
do anything,
champions,
sing,
so.
dance, and if you say movie trivia, Christian, well, that's actually the only thing of those three that they're probably good at.
Well, who are we talking about? We're talking about the rookie sensation, Ethan Big Time Erwin, who is 4-1 this year, got himself a victory over another rookie, Chance Ellison.
Knows famous people.
In a battle, an
Why,
absolute
Chris?
battle in that first round.
There's no
But
need.
Ethan has been on a tear this
Chance
season,
is on screen.
and this is just
Or he was
yet
on
again
screen.
his quest to
Not
become
anymore.
the first rookie to win a championship. But in order to do that, he's got to play someone who is very used to being in championship matches, is very used to that, a 2-time champion in Dangerous Dan Murrell.
he reviews movies that feature famous people.
Yeah, that's true. Dangerous Dan Murrell, though, Mark, has been a staple of this league since it
He's
really.
A legend. He's a you can go ahead and chisel him in front of the building if you want
Rushmore.
to. You put him in a statue. He's on the Mount Rushmore, and now he faces. It's hard to say for Dan Murrell that this might be his boldest test yet because he's faced so many greats over the years. The two people on the table, just a few of them. But if you look at Ethan Erwin, a Rookie of the Year when he comes in, you said 4-1.
Possible
facing somebody like this.
Right.
It's a different kind of opponent than maybe Murrell is used to seeing. Doesn't come in with a whole lot of fanfare. He has some little jokes under the cuff, but it's not the big bombast of a Roca.
No, and I think that's why Jay Washington has entered the fray, because their relationship is hysterical, because Jay is
buddy cop. Yeah.
I do love Jay.
Was full of insults with everybody that was in the post. Ethan's like, please don't do that, because that's not what I do. But they have now, it seems like
that would be the only reason why I want Ethan to lose this match.
With the Horsemen. There's a lot of talk with Ethan and Jay, and here you go.
My baby.
I had a great game in round 1, but you know what? That game doesn't count for anything right now because that score resets to 0.
Right.
It's round 2, and it's time to get it done. There's a long road ahead of me. I can't look forward, and I sure as hell can't look backwards.
The first rookie to hold the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Singles Championship. You're looking at him, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
To be fair,
children
Murrell.
of all ages.
I'm really flattered with people saying, oh, Dan Murrell's back. Dan Murrell's back after the last game.
Technically not a rookie because he competed in the team tournament in 2015.
I'm the same person that I was 2 games ago, 2 years ago. It all comes down to the questions. Do you know the questions? Do you not know the questions? All I can do is put myself in the best position to answer the questions that I'm given and put my opponent in the worst position to answer the questions that they're given, and that's what I'm here to do today.
Damn right.
I'm just excited to be able to play against Dan. I've heard about him from the beginning of this season, and I'm really, frankly, just excited to sit at a table with him. And yeah, I do think it helps that beating Chance and just knowing what I know. I think I think I stand a pretty decent. I don't use the word chance again, but chance.
I've heard a lot about Ethan Erwin.
Yeah.
He emerged after I retired, and I heard people saying, oh, he's the new Dan Murrell. He's the new Dan Murrell. Well, first of all, I don't see any championship belts on his shoulder yet.
Oh.
He's got to go through me, and he's got to go through this guy if he wants that belt on his shoulder.
When I beat you, I want you to know I'm actually doing you a favor. It is so you don't have to play against Roca, one of the Horsemen, one of your fellow teammates. I am trying to keep you from any division or discord that might occur. So I just want you to know right now, no hard feelings.
Ethan Erwin, people have been wanting this match. People have been requesting this match. People have been saying that you're going to take me down, that I don't stand a chance against you in this match. I don't care who the favorite is. I don't care who the crowd favorite is. All I care about is putting my knowledge against your knowledge and let the best man win.
This is a big-time thing, a big-time match, a big-time player, and it's about to be a big-time win. Dan Murrell, I respect you. I respect what you've done. I don't get why you have the two of them with you, but whatever. I respect you, but respect the fact you're about to lose.
And there are 2 things that you can do. Where is that line?
Yeah, where is that line? Jay, baby,
Dan is on a quest to play John Roca for the title. They're very respectful to one another. They want to play in that 3rd match, whether it's, hopefully that it's a spectacular. And Ethan Erwin, once again, making it clear he wants the championship. He wants to play. He wants to win it. That's why Ethan is here to play. But Ethan's been calling Dan out for a while now, and now he gets him. And is it going to be something that he gets to prove himself, or be careful what you wish for?
Yeah, and so many times with matches like this where it feels pretty even, we say it's going to be determined by what the wheel hits in round 2. I don't think that's the case because they have such a wealth of knowledge in a variety of categories. This is going to come down to a 5-point question, and it's going to go one way or the other. But I see this match definitely going the distance.
What if it goes
to
sudden death?
Strengths of each competitor.
Well, there's the tail of the tape. Ethan Erwin.
I don't know how much more I can take, man. There was a lot of it this year.
Strength on that one for sure.
And Scott Eastwood movie.
Action movies. Any questions
and
about the Matrix? That's
suits?
also a big strength. And then you got Dangerous Dan Murrell,
he
Spielberg
kind of was a
movies,
producer
movie
on
release
it, so
dates, and wearing shirts that not necessarily for his namesake, like Danger Mouse. I'm going to ruin that. I'm going to ruin the reveal.
Okay.
I just ruined a reveal.
All right.
All right.
Boy, what an exhilarating tale to tape that.
Thank you,
I thought
Ted.
so. It's early. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I'm asking them.
Oh, yeah.
Now
you
I'm
guys at
asking
home
you.
First. Cool?
And you?
All the
Yes.
reactors?
Yes.
Good?
Good.
Are you going crazy with your popcorn and your beer on your couch?
All right.
No
back to the
popcorn,
party.
but yes,
Here
beer.
we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's
It's
time for the
movie trivia
Schmoedown.
showdown.
Good crowd here tonight.
I like it. I like it. All right. Introducing first, led to the ring by his manager, the Urban Gladiator, Jay Washington, with a record of 4 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 knockout. Give it up for Ethan, Big Time Erwin. There's Jay. And Jay now, Jay has a new leaf. He's very, Jay has a new leaf because Ethan told him, you want to be on my side. Yeah, look at Ethan. Look at
All
Jay.
right, break it down, Erwin.
See
Come
Jay
on.
Washington so happy.
48 hours style relationship we have.
Yeah, maybe this is working with Jay Washington, a new leaf.
He just is nothing but smiles.
Yeah.
And Ethan Erwin looking very confident.
way too
here.
happy.
He had a farmer's record.
I'm
He doesn't
scared.
want to lose his meal ticket is what it is. And his opponent.
True.
Representing the
Yes.
5 Horsemen with a record of 8 wins, 3 defeats, and
Jesus,
5
8
knockouts.
wins.
He is the former 2-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion and the reigning Screen Junkies Movie Fights champion, Dangerous Dan Murrell. There's the Horseman. There's the champ. Champ's with him. And then Dangerous Dan. I told you that Danger Mouse show on.
You were not lying
From
with your
Nostradamus.
horrific attempted foreshadowing during the tale to tape. Here they come. Everybody's happy in the Horsemen. And Dan just gives a brief look over to Jay and Ethan Erwin.
Yeah,
Mark Riley shaking Ethan Erwin's hand. Will Roca follows suit and shows some sportsmanship.
He did.
Ah.
He will.
He's
Oh, he didn't give it a Jay.
Not
Oh.
Jay. Not Jay.
wow.
Dan does it because that's
Ah.
who Dan
Dan's
is.
just too classy to
Yeah, that's who Dan is.
Just too classy.
Dan is
Dan
less
was ready to throw
competitive.
Jay
Roca's
out.
just an
Watch
asshole.
him getting over screen time than any manager has ever before.
Now, Tom Dagnino still works here.
Oh.
All right, with that, our competitors have hit
That
the
he
table.
does.
The semifinals are about to begin. And Mark, how to rule, the rules number 1 work. I got
All
it
right,
out.
ladies and gentlemen. Hell of an effort by Christian. It is early. The winner of this match will receive a $10 gift card to Cracker Barrel. In round number 1, you're going to hear 8 questions from 8 different movie categories. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing available in round number 1, although that will change in round number 2. I want to remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question correctly, you need to buy yourself some time. Use the JTE rule, in which case we will repeat the question up here at the answer desk. You also each have 1 challenge you can use at any point throughout the 3 rounds. Murrell, Erwin, I feel pretty set, Christian.
I do.
Murrell, Erwin, Christian, I've done my job. I think it's time to start the match.
Dan Murrell, you ready to go?
Let's do this.
Ethan.
Always be closing.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. All right. Question 1 from the realm of action adventure. Which action film has the characters by the name of Hannibal, Face, B.A., and Murdoch?
Good warm-up for us here on the desk.
That's good.
Just to
What are they
make sure
trying to
we knew
shoot
how to
down a
ask
plane?
questions
No, they're
correctly.
trying to land a
5,
tank.
4,
Trying to land a tank by
2,
shooting it.
1. Dan.
The A-team.
18.
18.
Yes, sir, Ethan.
The 18.
1-1.
Like, that's an easy question if you know the TV show.
Pity
It
the
is.
fool that did not get that question correctly. Your next is from the world of crime movies. These are crime movies. Members of a gang wear red leather vests as their key identifying clothing in what 1979 crime film?
Wish I had some glass bottles so I could clink them together.
Erwin knows it, Murrell doesn't.
Did you like the 18?
5.
And I also
That's
don't.
all right.
It was
4,
fine, right?
3, 2,
No sequel though.
no, 1. Hands down,
Warriors, come
Warriors.
out to
Yes, sir,
play.
Dan.
I didn't know that. It's put Mean Streets.
Ethan.
That's
Didn't have it. Okay, so Ethan
Hell of
goes
a
up by
guess,
1
but
point.
Ethan
Come
takes the first
on,
lead.
Murrell.
Okay, next question. Dramas. Which 1940 John Ford film starring Henry Fonda follows a poor Midwest family traveling to California after being forced off their land during the Great Depression?
That sounds like the way I moved out to California to pursue my
Based on
dream
the
of
novel
stand-up
by
comedy.
John
I like you
Steinbeck.
very much. You're a nice person.
Feels like you're setting me up.
I was talking to Roke. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan Murrell.
We are the grapes,
The grapes
of
of
wrath.
Yes, it
So
is.
stay
Grapes
out
of
of
wrath.
our
Okay,
path.
so
They
2,
later
3,
made
2.
a book
Yep.
out of that movie. Your next question comes from the world of horror/thriller. And your question is, in Fatal Attraction, the Christian Harloff story. Sorry, I read that wrong. In Fatal Attraction, what does Alex boil in the pot on the stove? This movie scared a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
In the 1990s.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
5,
have
4 affairs.
extramarital affairs.
3, right.
Affairs
2,
are fine.
1.
Extramarital?
Pens down.
Rabbit?
Ethan.
A rabbit.
Yes. Dan.
She was a bunny boiler.
That's got it. Okay, 4, 3.
Sorry, we can't accept bunny, only rabbit.
That's 4
Dan
to
gets
3.
the point. Ethan gets the point, and it is still a 1-point game in favor of Ethan.
Father.
Have some eggs.
We should always do this at 9.
Yeah.
In father.
Solid gold.
Fantasy sci-fi is the next category. Who plays Zeus in 2010's Clash of the Titans?
I'm sad that I know
I
this
was
one.
going to say Die Hard 3.
I have no idea.
What is it?
I guess.
Oh, right.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Release
1.
the
Dan.
Kraken.
Liam Neeson?
It is.
Liam Neeson.
Hey.
4, 5.
Right. Both
Ethan.
big fans of
I have
Clash of
never
the
seen that
Titans.
movie though.
Ethan is
Don't.
has 5 points, has not missed yet. Dan has 4, only 1 point behind. Next question.
All right, next question comes from the world of comedies. Reactors at home, do the laugh for me. Con artists Lawrence Jameson and Freddie Benson in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Just need the name of the two performers. Don't need
Nope.
to necessarily assign it to
5,
the character.
4. They got it. 3, 2, 1. Ethan Erwin.
Steve Martin and Michael Caine.
Steve Martin.
Yes, it is. Dan.
Steve Martin and Michael Caine.
6-5.
All right, there we are.
6-5. Ethan still has not missed, and we get to our next question. Comic book movies. Who plays Scott Pilgrim's sister, Stacy, in the graphic novel based Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
A lot of S sounds in that question.
I hate this
Who
movie.
plays Scott Pilgrim?
I know.
I do.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Come at me, I right
1.
fans.
Dan Murrell?
Anna Kendrick.
Aubrey Plaza?
It's incorrect. Ethan.
I had the
Is
same
it
incorrect.
Brie Larson?
Looking for
Losers, get off the desk.
Anna Kendrick. Or Anna Kendrick. Okay, but Ethan loses his perfect round there, and it is a 1-point lead there. 6-5. And our last question, Mark.
It is from the world of animated movies. Movies drawn by hand or on a computer. In this question, what 2009 animated film based on a popular manga series about a young robot features the voices of Freddie Highmore and Nicolas Cage?
Ethan seems to have it. Dan's looking for
I've had
it.
a fair amount of Freddie Highmore trivia recently.
Yeah. 5,
No idea who he is.
4.
Sure he's
Yeah,
sure,
you do.
sure he's a
3,
nice guy. Sure he's
2.
Repeat the question.
Sure.
I can do that. What 2009 animated film based on a popular manga series about a young robot features the voices of Freddie Highmore and Nicolas Cage? Yeah, so anyway, what I'm saying is that if Freddie's watching, I would
5,
love to
4,
break bread with
3, 2, 1. Ethan Erwin.
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy.
That is it.
No,
That's
then
real steal. I had no idea.
Okay, Dan didn't have it, so Ethan
Astro
goes up.
Boy.
Ethan goes up by 2 there. It's 7-5 as we approach the second round, and Dan Murrell is down by 2. Still easy to catch up here, depending on what happens in this wheel round. Mark, what is the rules?
That's right. The dastardly Aubrey Plaza, the only thing keeping Ethan Erwin from a perfect round 1. In round number 2, it is the wheel round, the wheel of justice, doom, and the wheel that will seal your fates. Perhaps you're going to see opponents and spinners' choices. 2 of the 12 wedges on there. The other 10 come from a different part of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown galaxy. Each category has 4 questions. Each question is worth 2 points. However, if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us to provide multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. Keep in mind, competitors, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you miss your question, then your opponent can try to throw in the right answer and gain some valuable points. Christian, it is 7-5. Ethan, you will have first spin if you want to at the wheel, and this is a Patreon-affiliated wheel because the slice that is sponsored is musicals.
All right, Ethan.
Thank you for modeling the wheel for us.
Yes.
And the wedge, Ethan. It is
video
musicals.
game
If Ethan hits musicals or Dan hits musicals, we will shout out the Patreon winner. Check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon today.
Ethan, please spin from the wheel, not the peg. Thank you, sir. Here we go.
I think Ethan's possibly got a gig.
Love how
maybe
Jay never
taking over
needs a
for Vanna
mic.
White if she ever retires, because he was really good at showing the wheel to the folks at home.
Ethan looks confident right now.
That's
Ethan
right.
looks pretty confident. He looks
Ethan
calm.
looks nice. I believe that shirt is Brooks Brothers.
And
it's drama.
Drama.
Does Ethan like dramas, or does he want to spin something else?
Shooting for something else.
He's weighing it like Lady Justice.
What's he looking at? What's? He's gonna go for drama.
He's gonna
He's gonna go for dramas. This could be vague. Could hit it.
We'll see how this goes.
Ethan has been lights out in round 2.
All right, Ethan. In the world of dramas, you're gonna have 4 questions.
Great.
Your first one is: what famed screenwriter co-wrote the screenplay for 2011's Moneyball alongside Steven Zalian?
Aaron Sorkin.
Aaron Sorkin.
2 points for Ethan Erwin. All right. That's to Jay Washington's delight. Your next question. In Field of Dreams, which Hall of Fame baseball player was told to stick it by Shoeless Joe and the others because they couldn't stand him when he was alive?
Damn it. If he goes to multiple choice, I'll know it.
Is it A, Babe Ruth,
Ty
B,
Cobb.
Mickey Mantle, C, Ty Cobb, or D, Rogers Hornsby?
Hey, Dad, want to play a catch?
C.
C is correct.
Ty Cobb.
So we told him to stick it. That classic creepy Ray Liotta laugh. 3 points so far in this round, Ethan. You did need multiple choice for that one. Your penultimate question in round number 2 in the world of dramas. Who plays the lead Mac Phillips in the 2017 Christian drama The Shack?
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington.
It is Sam Worthington. That's how big
I heard
of
it
a
was
Clash of
terrible.
Titans fan Ethan Erwin is. He remembered it.
It's just mediocre.
All right,
It's not
2
like
points for that one. And your
offensive or
last
anything.
question, Ethan. In the film Witness, what does Eli see Rachel and John doing in the barn that might cause her to be shunned?
Surprising the answer is not sex, but I'm just blanking on what it is.
Multiple choice again.
Is it A, kissing, B, singing, C, drinking, or D, dancing?
I think dancing.
D.
They were dancing
1
in the
point.
barn, and that is
All right.
cool.
All right,
Some
so-
corners of the Amish community.
Ethan gets himself an 8-point lead
6 out of
here
8.
over Dangerous Dan. Murrell had to go to
Murrell
multiple
needs a
choice
good
twice,
category.
but gets himself 6 points, and now Dan is up.
H is O.
That's right. Dan's going to
Hell,
go
if
spin
Dan
down
gets
question.
the
He
perfect,
needs
and they
a
both get all
perfect
3 round 3
2
questions, and
Hi,
they go to
Ethan,
Sunday
bud.
with 23 points
Like we said
apiece.
at the top of the show, there's 3 rounds here. And
Yes, exactly.
You want
That.
to be within that 5-point range in case Ethan picks up somewhere in round 2.
Are you having
Dan
fun,
was
Chris?
having a rough start with the wheel
I'm
this
scared,
season, but against
'cause that
Stacey
might happen.
Howard, it was nice to him, and he was lights out in that last match.
You're
But
going to
it's
see if
going
you're
away.
Dan Murrell. You know you're familiar
Look
with
at
the
this.
2 rounds.
Look at this. Look
This
at
is going to be
this.
spinner's choice.
Ooh!
Okay.
This just got interesting.
Does he want to go with the 2
Very.
rounds
What's he
that
looking
he's
at?
familiar with?
What's
Does he
he
want to go
looking
with
at?
Disney films? Maybe video game movies?
We're going to see.
Not video game movies.
He's
Eli
Gonna need
McKay
an
would
answer
want
here.
though.
Consider it.
Guys, it's 9 a.m. Just give him a second.
Let's go with
God, they recorded this early.
Oscar movies it is.
Oscar.
movies.
All right, I got you. Dan Murrell looking to tie up Ethan.
Let's see
here.
what happens.
Oscar movies. Oscar movies.
Could have been a bad choice. Let's see.
All right.
Movies that have won Oscars. Suicide
Potentially.
Squad is in play.
All right, Dan, here you go.
Thank you for that
For
reminder,
what
Mark.
movie did Jack Nicholson receive his first Oscar
Nomination?
nomination
5
for
easy
Best
pieces.
Actor?
1970.
Best actor.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Chinatown.
It's incorrect for the steal.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
It's incorrect. 5 easy pieces
Well
was the
done,
answer.
Chris.
5 easy pieces.
Yes. All right. Here's next question. Here you go. How many Oscars has Emma Stone been nominated
2.
for?
Multiple choice.
A, 2, B, 1, C, 3, D,
Just
5.
2.
Two.
2 is correct for 1 point.
Big point. You don't want to let a steal go to Ethan at this point of the game.
Question 3.
Who was the first African-American performer to win an Academy Award?
Denzel Washington.
No.
Hattie McDaniel.
2 points. That's correct.
Big get from 1939. Gone with the wind.
Yeah.
All right. What was your final question? What was the first hip-hop/rap song
Lose
to win
Yourself.
Best Original
Lose
Song
Yourself, yeah.
at the Oscars? 5, 4, 3.
Lose Yourself.
That is correct.
Well done.
So Dan.
But does he know the artist, Christian?
All right, so Dan gets himself within 3. It's within 3 points as we get into the third round. And still,
So I say we
there's
talked
a
about that
deficit,
song
a big
on our
deficit
last
there.
Who
It
Cares
is only
Anyway?
a 3-point deficit now. Anything can happen
we
as
did
we get
very
into round
recently.
3.
That's
How
right.
does it work?
Round number 3. Dan Murrell correctly guessing that Lose Yourself was by Sir Mix-a-Lot. In round number 3, you're going to hear 3 questions. If we make it that far, the reason for that being is that the point values
that's where
of the
the
questions
shades.
continue to rise as we get deeper and deeper into the round. Your first question's worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points. Your last one, if we make it that far, 5-point question, and that will determine the match unless we go into sudden death. How do we determine those questions? Thanks to you. You're going to each give us 3 numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Ethan, you are still enjoying a 3-point advantage over Dangerous Dan Murrell, so we'll take your numbers first.
12, 2, and 3.
12, 2, and 3 for Big Time. And Dangerous Dan?
1, 8, and 16.
1, 8, and 16 for the former 2-time champ. As we start with Dangerous Dan Murrell, who will try to avoid a TKO here. He has 2 JTEs left and 1 challenge remaining. All right, Dan, you chose category number 1 for your first category. That's the realm of romance.
Uh-oh.
Which funny man took a dramatic turn as a troubled salesman, Barry Egan, in Punch Drunk Love?
Adam Sandler.
For 2 points. That's correct.
You got to love when they call
Okay, that was
comedians
easy.
funny
I would have
men.
guessed Adam Sandler because I only know that
Now
he's in that.
going to try to take the lead over Ethan, forcing Ethan to start to hit some questions. Dan, category 8 is what you chose for your second category here. It's Westerns. That's Westerns.
Your
Who
teammate
played
knows.
Dirty Steve in 1988's Young Guns?
I mean, it's pick 'em at this point.
Dermot Mulroney?
Who looks like a Dirty Steve?
5.
Let's go with Emilio Estevez.
Looking for Dermot Mulroney. Dermot Mulroney.
Jeez.
Okay, so now Dan has to hit his 5.
He has to hit
Dan
it,
has
or
to
it's
hit
a
his 5.
TKO.
If
Fuck.
he hits his 5, it bounces back to Erwin.
I
However,
remember
if he misses,
the situation when
Ethan will advance
when,
via
Murrell was in
TKO
this,
and play
scenario.
the winner of Andraco and Clark, and Dan will have
That
to
was a
play
glorious
the
day.
loser of that match. Here we go. All right, Dan, 16 was what you chose to force it back to Ethan. Directors. Here you go. Who directed 2012's The Bourne Legacy?
Tony
starring
Gilroy.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Mr. I saved Rogue One.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah, repeat.
1. Okay, here's number 2.
Oh, no.
Who directed 2012's The Bourne Legacy, starring Jeremy Renner? 5,
It's a deep
4,
cut.
3, 2.
Congratulations, Ethan. Paul Greengrass.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout,
Wow.
Ethan Big Time Erwin. The answer was Tony Gilroy. Tony Gilroy was the answer. So
Gilroy, tough 5-point
that was
question
tough.
there.
That was tough, and it just went Ethan's way. But Dan Murrell is not out yet. He will face either Clark or Andraco, depending on who loses that match, for a chance to get the #1 contender match at the Schmoedown Spectacular. And Ethan Erwin will now face the winner of said matchup between Andraco and Clark Wolf. But Ethan Erwin now stands high at 5-1 with 2 knockouts here, and he is going to be talking to Roxy Stryer, as will
Roxy.
Dan Murrell. Let's get to that right now.
Hey guys, I'm Roxy Stryer, and we are back with your winner, Ethan Erwin, defeating the two-time champion. You've got to be feeling really good right now.
I don't even know what I feel. It is a roiling cauldron of emotion. Because look, he is incredible, that guy. And so to be able to do this, look, again, I'm going to say half of it has to do with the fact that we did this at 9 a.m. You guys. So that's definitely that played a part. But yeah, no, I feel great. Look, to be able to take on the best is incredibly exciting for me.
Even more excited than you, I would say, is Jay Washington over here, who's actually doing a little jig. You seem pretty happy.
First of all, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life, the pastor, my mama, my agent, and everybody. I want to thank God in heaven, and Christian Harloff, and Ethan Erwin. He is amazing. He beat an amazing opponent in Dan Murrell. He is a phenomenal opponent who had two great competitors along his side, in John Roca and Mark Riley. And look, Ethan and basking in his glory. We're in the winner's circle. This is beautiful. We're going spectacular. Hallelujah. Yes, Lord.
All very nice things to say about your...
Look, I am a nice person. Listen, I feel like...
No, you are not.
Ethan has brought out the best in me. You get it? You see the smile? I'm happy to be here.
And we did have a little talk since the last time, and I think we understand each other about... Yeah, no, and it's great.
So much nicer to everybody.
Okay. You were playing from a winning stance the entire game. You were never down. Was there any point you were a little nervous?
Only really right at the end. You know, I mean, he got some tough questions, but look, I've seen him pull it out before, so it was I had a bit of a lead, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna be enough.
If you had to pick, who would you rather play now, Draco or Clark?
Look, I tell you what. I said this in the pre-interview. Clark is terrifying. The depth and breadth of her knowledge is it's stultifying. I really don't want to have to face her. And frankly, I'd like to go up against Draco as a little bit of a rematch, a little bit of payback, a little bit of redemption.
But either way it goes, it's going to be a beautiful competition, a fair and square and honest competitive competition between two amazing competitors. It will be beautiful. It will be lights and angels and flowers and everything that Christian Harloff has wanted this league to become. So nice. And there will be handshakes, Roxy.
Thank you for that, Jay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Handshakes.
No matter what, you are going to the Spectacular now. So
I'm excited.
That must be something that you've been dreaming of. What does that mean to you that you'll be there?
It's great. I mean, again, to be in the presence of all those incredible competitors, to be able to to do this in front of everybody. I've only been doing this for a season, but I've been watching for years. So yeah, to actually be able to be a part of it, I couldn't be happier.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
To you too, Jay.
Thank you so much.
The real winner here today, guys. Am I right?
Are we gonna? You want to shake my hand?
He wants to shake your hand.
Let's do this. We did it, bro.
I am
Hey guys,
literally
Roxy Stryer
crying
here,
from laughing
and I'm
right
standing
now.
with Dan Murrell and some of his horsemen. Dan, obviously not the way you wanted this one to go, but you fought very hard. Talk to me about the choice to pick Oscars, because you had a lot of strengths on that wheel, and you had
Yeah.
spinner's choice.
It was between a couple of ones, and Oscars in retrospect, maybe that wasn't the best pick for me. I also tactically, I was playing from behind the Jack Nicholson question. If the score were different, I think I might have gone to multiple choice. I was fairly sure of that answer, or at least I thought there's a good chance that was right, so I took the chance and guessed. Turns out that was not the right case. Ethan got those points, and that really kind of wrote the book on the game.
No, he did not get those
It's not
points.
just answering questions. Sometimes you got to look at the score. You got to take some risks.
He didn't get
and,
the steal, at
I
least.
took a bit of a risk on that category. Took a bit of a risk in some of my choices, and they didn't quite pay off. But that's the game. You risk. Sometimes those risks pay off. Sometimes they don't.
That's what the people like about you. You are a risk taker, and you're not out of this yet, because whoever loses between Draco and Clark, you get to play for a chance to be the #1 contender. So who would you actually rather play in that?
That's a pick 'em for me. Neither one of those
He's played
competitors
both.
are one that I think anybody would like to be sitting on the other side of the table with. You've got a a team champion
Clark.
in Clark, who has done
Clark
a lot
for
of
the
great
title.
things in singles. I played her once.
Years
That was
ago.
a long time ago. I was a different player. She was a different player. I would not look at records as far as Clark goes. And then Mark Draco, that's a guy that has played for the title that that the last time I sat at a table with Mark Andreyko, he was waving bye-bye to me and 3 of the other people that a lot of people say are among the best to play this game. So there's not a good choice among those. I just have to wait for that game to play out and see who it's going to be.
Who would you guys rather see Dan play?
Whoever Dan plays, Dan's going to come prepared and he's going to be great. Look, he's a horseman. He knows what's up. He's brought it before. He's a 2-time champion. Anybody who doubts him is crazy. This was a tough game. Ethan Erwin is a fantastic player. It's no shame in this loss. It went toe-to-toe. Just didn't work out today. Whoever he plays, it'll be a great match.
I echo that. This is the game. You played a hell of a one, man. You played a hell of a game, and now you got another opponent coming up. It's anybody's game.
I feel bad for Jay Washington. What's it like to put together a stable, have them all lose, then get handed an actual good player, and then try to take credit for it? That's a sad, sad thing.
It's amazing.
You see what I'm saying? I put my stable together. Who's in the finals right here for the tag team champion? Who's the champion? Who's going to be back in the number one contender spot? This man right here. I put a stable together that works.
I think he's laughing straight to the bank right now, though.
What bank is that?
The Schmoedown Bank.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about
overdrawn on the Schmoedown Bank? Let me tell you.
Hey. Ooh. What do you guys think about Erwin's shots now? Do you think that he has a chance of taking this all the way?
I mean, listen, this guy's a great player, but sitting across the table from him, I was not sitting there answering in my head a lot of the questions that he got, going like, oh, I would have gotten that. He was answering a lot of stuff that I didn't know. Obviously, he answered a lot more stuff that I didn't know when the points mattered. So I think if Ethan makes it to play this guy, John, I'll always be in your corner. And I think you know this, you're going to have your hands full.
Yeah. Well, listen, 9 a.m., 4 a.m., 2 p.m., 1 p.m., 6 o'clock. I don't give a crap what time it is, Ethan. You better bring it, because I'm sure going to be awake for it. So I don't care what crap you're talking. I don't care. Jay Washington in your corner, handle your business in the final. Then we'll see what you got, big man. I've seen many challengers come and many challengers go. But this is a 2-time champion you're talking to, so get ready.
Jesus.
I want to thank John for letting me be in his post-game interview, too. That's really
And on that note, Dan, great job today, though. You are a 2-time champion as well.
My season's not over.
And that is true.
My season's not over. If I don't get to play for the belt this year, that's fine. I still have another shot to play for it next season. That's what I'm ready for. I got to prep for a terrific opponent. I still have a chance. Season's not done, and I'm still ready to play.
How can you not love Dan Murrell? Am I right?
Right. Hey,
I don't know.
Thank you so much, Dan, and the rest of the horsemen.
All right, as we go, obviously, look, Dan was a little upset there, but too, he said, look, it just didn't go his way. He's ready to play again, and so is Ethan. Ethan is ready to go, and Jay Washington is still playing this character. I'm going to say character of nice person.
Yeah, I mean, look, I give all the credit to Jay Washington because did Ethan know some questions? Sure. This is really Jay Washington's match that he won, in my opinion. Ethan is just kind of a hanger-on to the great managerial skills of Jay Washington.
That's what it is. Ethan or Jay Washington is riding high right now because
yes,
he got himself like I said before, he's got a meal ticket and he got himself right into the finals because it is guaranteed now.
Got a golden
it is guaranteed
ticket.
that Ethan will be in the Schmoedown Spectacular because if he wins the whole tournament against either Clark or Andreyko, he plays Roca for the championship. But if he loses, then he will automatically be in the #1 contender match. So now the question is between the 3 remaining contenders here, between Dan Murrell, Andreyko, and Wolf, who will be in the title match or who will be in the #1 contender match? We will find out very, very soon as this thing wraps up.
Yeah, and we're going to know. Hopefully, Ethan's schedule is free to compete at the Schmoedown Spectacular. He's got a lot of famous people in that BlackBerry of his, so we'll see if he can wrangle a few hours to come in and join us back here at the studio. And you can wrangle up as much free time as you want to watch the Movie Trivia Schmoedown ad nauseum. Hey, accentuate it by joining the Patreon, the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Check out which tier is right for you today. Also, check out the Schmoedown Rundown, wherever you get your podcast, and the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page.
And also remember, get your tickets on schmoedownlive.com for January 26th in New York, the season premiere. Whoever the champion is by the end of the Spectacular, they will be playing whoever wins the #1 contender match at the Spectacular, and that's your main event. Make sure you check it out. Like Mark said, check out the Schmoedown Rundown, the Facebook group. Do all of it and join Patreon today. Thank you for all of you guys who helped fund this thing in the first place. For Mark Ellis, myself, Ethan Erwin, Dan Murrell, and the whole damn crew, thank you, and we'll see you next time.
What's up, Schmoedown fans?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little disappointed by Murrell's performance. I was expecting a little bit more.
I'm not, surprisingly, because literally when it comes down to when it comes to a TKO situation, if it's a simple fact of they just straight up didn't know the answer, no fault.
No, I'm just a little bit more mad about the fact that he chose a category in round 2 that didn't pay off well. Like,
well, I mean,
it sometimes also pays off to know, like, the thing is, Mo might be a great competitor, but I'm strong. Like, I know that I'm stronger in my best strength than he is in his best strength, because he doesn't have strengths where he is 100% guaranteed to hit every single question in that round, and I am. So that's kind of that I think that kind of hurts him, that he doesn't have that big of a strength, which you sometimes need to make sure that you can score a lot of points.
That's actually a fair point, because if you know, it's like Riley with horror, or like Roka with westerns or biopics. You know, that's actually wow. That's a fair point.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of competitors who are whenever it lands on spinner's choice, you know, he's gonna pick that, she's gonna pick that. With Murrell, it landed on spinner's choice, and I'm like, what is he going to pick? Because we don't know what his biggest strength is. He went with Oscars, which is definitely not his biggest strength, and I don't think,
at least not this particular time. Like I've seen him do well in Oscars before, but
true.
But then again, you know, let's be fair here. A couple of those questions were, you know, actually really tough.
There were a couple of rough questions in those in that Oscar category. But then again, Oscars has been picked a lot, and that's something that he probably didn't know. He probably was not aware about the fact that there are several competitors who choose Oscars a lot of the times when Spinner's Choice comes up. I mean, Rachel Cushing, Ben Bateman, right off the top of my head. And that just means that the category has been used quite a lot, and the questions are going to be more deep cut. So that's something that he might have wanted to consider, you know. So in that regard, I'm a little disappointed that he didn't know that, because I think that he should have gone with something else.
That was a little more just sure in.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was expecting a 20-plus point game, and I got 13 versus 12 and a TKO. That's that's a little disappointing. And
well,
I mean, Erwin.
I think it's only disappointing when you consider all the other matches that have happened in this tournament.
Yes, it is.
So, because for a regular season match, you know, this happens all the time.
This would be a good match.
Yeah, it was. But yes,
but if you have players like Dan Murrell and Ethan Erwin, you're expecting more. So that's why I'm disappointed in the outcome. Even though, look, Ethan Erwin did what he always does. He scores 13 points in the first 2 rounds, which, I mean, that's quite a lot to rack up already in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And with a potential 10, so that would potentially be 23 points. So, yeah, he is he's the man on fire right now. He has been all year. His only loss coming to Andreyko, which some people consider to be a little bit of a fluke. I think, I want to see Erwin versus Andreyko 2 in the final for redemption.
Oh, okay. If that match happens, it will break me in the best possible way. Because,
Exactly.
dude.
However, if Clark comes in to that match, that'll also be great. Because
actually, okay, it's funny, and it's funny. Okay, I'm gonna do a little speculation. This might be a weird take, but here's how I'm actually picturing this out right now. If the finals wind up being Andreyko versus Erwin, I think Erwin comes out on top this time. But if Clark goes to the finals against Erwin, I genuinely think, close as hell, but she'll come out on top because she's had more title match experience.
She has had more 5-rounders. Yeah, that's true. She knows how to play the 5-round format, and for Erwin, it will be completely new. He's never done it before.
Exactly. And she could very, very easily give Roca the fight of his life.
Any of the 3 remaining competitors can, to be fair. We've seen what these guys can do. They've all had a great year, and Draco was so close to that singles title. Erwin was so close to that singles title because he was one question away from winning against Draco and getting to the title match. And Clark is the team champion. And in singles, she was a sudden death question away from the singles title. So, yeah, all 3 of these competitors have had great years. And I think any of the 3 can take on Roca for that belt at Spectacular. But we'll just see. We'll be back on Friday with Draco versus Clark. That'll be a match.
And actually, and speaking of, just one last thing before plugs. I have put out a little invite to a certain cowboy hat wearing guy to come on the Who Cares Anime podcast the week before Spectacular to talk about the match. And
talk about
other stuff. Because we're actually gonna, that night I plan on doing an episode on voice acting. But this is gonna be exciting. Any which way, whoever comes out on top. This is gonna be scary. It's gonna be exciting. I'm ready. I'm just ready.
I am also ready. So, guys, with that said, that was really all we can say for this video. So, please like the video, comment on anything that you saw in it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And, of course, where can people find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, at Skywalker Dome. And you guys can follow this very channel, Dedicated to Art, on Twitter and Instagram, at D2A Channel. Please like our Facebook page. And you can find my band, Silver Nightfall, all across social media at Silver Nightfall.
Indeed. And, guys, this Friday, I'm in 2 title matches. It's going up, it's going down on Multiplex Entertainment. I'm going for the singles belt, and we are going for the team belts against 2 other teams. I still don't know how we're going to pull that off with 3 teams because that's 10 people on a call. Yeah. That's just nuts. But it's going to be exciting. I'm going for 2 belts, and I want both of those belts, and I think I can take both of those belts, even though I have to go through Robert Parker twice for that, and Robert and his teammate, and of course Paul and Lucas. So that'll be a hell of a fight. We can.
I think we'll do it.
We can.
Are you ready? Are you ready to do it, Case?
Of course.
All right.
So get excited, guys. Check out those matches on Multiplex Entertainment. And you can follow me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, Kees Cornelissen on Facebook if you figure out how to spell that. With all that said, guys, we'll be back on Friday for the last semifinal of the singles tournament. Take care.